are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.
Hello, all you weirdos. Jim here, and we have breaking news. I love that sound bite, and I love breaking news. So here we go, and this is a story that I saw a lot of people get excited about. And we'll talk about the idea of getting real excited and then a little less excited, and if that's the way to play it. Because here is the headline: Jonathan Hickman and Sanford Green reveal the final fate of Dr. Doom. All right, cool. People were all excited. Jonathan Hickman wrote a great Fantastic Four run. He writes a great Doom. This is what you're here for. All right, then it continues. This may experience a visionary new take on Marvel's most iconic villain in Jonathan Hickman and Sanford Green's Doom #1. Doom #1. I mean, when you say Doom #1, you expect a Doom #2 and a 3 and a 4. And people were excited. Oh, my God. It's an ongoing Dr. Doom series by Jonathan Hickman. Man, he's coming back in a big way. I can't wait. Oh, wait a minute. It's a one shot. And this is where I was talking, a second ago. Is there that play of you get so excited for a ongoing, oh, my God, Doom #1. Yeah. And then, oh, by the way, it's a one shot. And you're like, ah. And while you'll still get it, it does lessen that excitement right away. I think that it's a weird play, and a weird play to call it Doom #1 and not something like, as the headline said, the final fate of Dr. Doom. You have the end books, Doom the End, something like that, but just Doom #1. All right, there you go. I laugh a lot of times when they'll have annuals, and it'll be, is this annual 2023-24 #1. You're like, there's not going to be a #2. You don't have to put #1 on there. It's just odd. It is odd. But sometimes I usually have a #1 and a #2, but that's fine. That's just me. But here we go with the story. Nothing stands in the way of Dr. Doom. No hero, no villain, not even the limits of space and time. And when I'm reading this, I'm wondering, is that Dr. Doom or is that my wife's anger? Her anger at me, it has no limits of space and time. I'll tell you right now, I say that because she is so pissed off at me and may actually, break in to this news story, because I asked her to be a little bit quiet and she went downstairs, but when she came back up, she was like sneaking and creeping. But when you creep on old stairs, you make more noise. And I told her that, and then she kind of cursed at me. But back to the story. But all things must come to an end. That's what I think she's thinking in the room next to me. And this May, legendary creators Jonathan Hickman and Sanford Green send Victor Von Doom on his final journey in Doom #1. So again, at this point, you're still like, ooh, this sounds like at least a mini-series. Oh, my. This breathtaking one-shot, from two of the industry's most mind-bending talents will showcase a universe-shattering battle between Doom and Galactus, a timeless testament to Doom's unmatched hubris, determination, and self-preservation. Doom #1 will encapsulate everything that makes Doom one of pop culture's greatest villains in one standalone saga, perfect for all fans. Is it for all fans? I don't think anything's for all fans, except maybe the Beatles. But witness Doom team up with one of the only people he respects, Valeria Richards, that is true, to save all that is and to try to attain a cosmic status that he's only ever dreamed of. And he's had some pretty big cosmic statuses. So that is pretty big. He's fighting Galactus, so that kind of points to that. All right, that sounds pretty cool. It continues. In the near future, Doom alone must save the Marvel Universe. Witness Dr. Doom on a journey unlike any who has undertaken before, with Valeria Richards at his side. It seems like these press releases are like 3 press releases jammed together. Like they went and had 3 people write them up and then felt really bad telling the 2 that they didn't make the cut, so let's just jam them together. I don't know, it's kind of repeating things. But it's unlike anything that Doom has undertaken before. With Valeria Richards at his side, Doom goes on a quest to harness more power than any human has ever wielded before in order to try to stop Galactus from bringing about the death of the universe. It's almost like Valeria is setting up to be the herald of Doom. Oh my goodness gracious, could that be? Here are some quotes here. Growing up reading Marvel comics, I became fascinated by Dr. Doom and how he potentially is the center of the entire Marvel universe, Green shared. He is one of my bucket list characters, and this story is somewhat a love letter to Doom and Marvel, probably the only love letter Dr. Doom has ever received. But that's nice. It's nice to think of everybody. Sanford and I have been waiting to work together for quite a while. So when he told me that he'd come up with an amazing Doom story and he wanted me to help out, I jumped at the chance. This is going back to the Marvel way. Sanford came up with the deal. Hickman's just going to help him out. It's a giant-sized story. Now, some people might actually say, yeah, that's not what I really wanted to hear, but it's still cool. Hickman added, it's a giant-sized story about a giant-sized character, and I can't tell you how excited I am to get to write Doom again. I'd say that's giant-sized excitement there, Hickman. Oh, my goodness. And then we end more with Sanford Green, who says Jonathan is a longtime friend, and he always amazes me with his vast knowledge of all types of things, maybe including how to make a killer mac and cheese, especially the Marvel Universe, though, he says. Green continued, I couldn't think of anyone better to collaborate with, and it does seem as if Hickman is coming back big time right now. We have the Ultimate Universe stuff that he is not only overseeing, but writing Ultimate Spider-Man, which was awesome. He has this, he has that. And it kind of got in my mind, and I wonder if people think the same thing, where when he left the X books, he's like, hey, listen, and that whole behind the scenes drama that was with that, the idea, hey, I want to move on to the next phase. They're like, yeah, we don't think so. And he's like, okay, I'm out. So he leaves. A lot of people were upset, obviously, and he kind of laid low for a while. And now that they announce, hey, the Krakoa era is coming to an end, he's like, all right, I can come back, because I think there might be a little bit of a fear, and it might just be me, but that idea of, oh, you can write all this stuff, but you quit the X books and made them awful, and now I dropped them before the Hellfire Gala. That's me. The first Hellfire Gala was out. But the idea of, what's going on, and maybe he could just like, okay, now I could kind of slip in here and do some awesome stuff, because the stuff is pretty awesome. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to it. It would have been more exciting as an ongoing than just a one-shot, but you get what you get and you don't get upset, is what they told me in kindergarten. I still go by that, way, way back in the 20s, I think that was. But here we are. We have a one-shot Doom, Hickman, Green, all that. I'd love to hear what everybody thinks about it if they're excited. The excitement is a little less that it's a one-shot, but maybe, just maybe, something can continue with it, even though it seems like the final story of Dr. Doom, so that'd be kind of odd. But that's that. That is it. Thanks, everybody, for, listening. And also, I just want to thank everybody for, getting involved in the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And it is exciting to start something a little new like this. I'm used to doing podcasts and things like that, but coming over to this whole YouTube thing is kind of, it re-energized and reignited the batteries. Is that what you do with batteries? You reignite them. But hey, that is that. Thanks, everybody, and I will talk to you all later.
You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.